And spearheading those charges of encounter Raj in Uttar Pradesh is the Samajwadi Party. Let's cut across to our political guest this evening. Joining me, Charu Pragya, National Spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party, Ghanshyam Tiwari, Spokesperson, Samajwadi Party, and Vikram Singh, Security Expert and former DGP. Ghanshyam Tiwari, why do you make an assumption that the two individuals or the two accused who were shot in the leg by the Uttar Pradesh cops, that this was a staged encounter? Many of your leaders have gone on record to suggest the same. Do you not reckon it's a tad dangerous, Mr. Tiwari?
Good evening, Preeti, to you, my fellow co-panelists and the viewers. Three things stand out. One is the overarching backdrop of this, that BJP is extremely scared and unpopular. Their hate politics has failed them since 2024, and as a result, they are continuously hunting for a new script, a script that is dangerous for communal harmony in the society, but can be beneficial for BJP. This is part one. And that scare is visible in the fact that they cannot even hold elections in Milkipur. Second, if the police, who's mainly responsible for looking the other way as the riot unfolded, if the police is so incompetent that they will go with two people, with several policemen, to a location where the guns have to be recovered, and those two people who were not hardened criminals, they were people who were involved in riots but not known as hardened criminals, will pick up those same guns and fire at the police, and the police has to retaliate. There couldn't be a more foolish script that a movie can create, but Uttar Pradesh can create that. And that is what makes the administration a textbook example of shamelessness, that you don't care whether people trust the basic sanity of your story or not, you will still go ahead and present your story. The third and final point, since the day this riot unfolded, the reasons behind it, the way it unfolded, BJP spokespersons, in spite of the fact that Bahraich police has openly said, cautioned people not to spread rumors about the nature of the death of Ram Gopal Mishra, BJP spokespersons across board and their speakers have gone and said, used phrases such as ISI style murder and so on to further create rift in society. The agenda is clear, whether it is the encounter and the fake nature of it, whether it is the riot itself and the failure of BJP, the agenda is clear that somehow they want to recover their hate machine that allows them to win Uttar Pradesh.
Charu Pragya, do you want to come in on this? Because once again, grave charges at the doorstep of the Uttar Pradesh police and the government saying that this was a staged encounter. This time the two got away with shots in their legs, but luckier than what has happened before.
Preeti, good evening to you and good evening to Ghanshyam and all our viewers. One, the main accused is Abdul Hamid. He's been arrested. 5 other accused have been arrested. Only the 2 who tried to flee were shot at, and the police had to do that in self-defense, which is entirely legal. Our CRPC says so. If you had anything to do with understanding the way police functions, you would not be levying allegations like this without any proof, Ghanshyam, and I say this with a lot of responsibility. Another thing is it's far more difficult to aim and shoot at somebody's leg. So please understand that the police was not trying to get into a situation of an encounter to eliminate anyone. If they were trying to flee, they were shot at on their legs, and that is that. But the point here is a political party which has tried to communalize a situation which should have been a law and order problem in the first place. If there is going to be stone pelting on a Durga procession, if there is going to be one man who's shot at with 20 bullets, that's not a small number. He has 35 wounds on his body. His nails have been gouged out. Electric shocks have been given to him. Did you hear any statement coming from any of these leaders about this? Ajay Rai, Congress leader who contests elections from Varanasi, had nothing to say about Gopal, absolutely nothing. But he had a lot to say about the so-called encounter that the opposition is very irresponsibly trying to project as something staged. Now, this situation where a Durga procession cannot go on with safety and security, that is the thing that we should be talking about. A young man, for raising a flag, is shot at 20 times. He loses his life. That is what we need to be discussing. We don't need to be discussing police acting in self-defense. We don't need to be discussing something which is done entirely lawfully in response to a crime that was carried out, a horrific, violent crime that was carried out.
Ghanshyam Tiwari, I know you want to respond. I want to bring in
Just
Vikram Singh into this conversation.
One quick point.
Okay, make your point, sir, quickly. I'd like to bring in Vikram Singh then.
I want to reiterate, because this is in the interest of harmony, that the appeal by Bahraich police, and it is sorry to see Charu Pragya, a noted lawyer, repeat the propaganda when the police is saying, and I'll verbatim read it, social media में सांप्रदायिक सौहार्द को बिगाड़ने के उद्देश्य से भ्रामक सूचना जैसे मृतक को करंट लगना, तलवार से मारना एवं नाखून उखाड़ना आदि बातें फैलाई जा रही हैं, जिसमें कोई सच्चाई नहीं है। पोस्टमार्टम में मृत्यु का कारण गोली लगने से हुआ है। When a national spokesperson who's a learned lawyer comes on television and speaks propaganda, which is quashed by the police itself. No one has said 20 rounds of fire on the victim. No one has said that somebody's nails were taken off. But this is what BJP is doing. They want to hunt for their hate machine that was lost and destroyed in 2024 election.
All right, Charu Pragya, you're today being accused of peddling a fake narrative, especially which is going on in social media, which has been refuted by the Uttar Pradesh police.
I know sir has to speak, but very quickly, it's important I respond to this. So you are not concerned about a man losing his life to bullet wounds fired illegally. You are not concerned about that at all. You have not made a single statement in support of Gopal, and that is the problem. No single statement has been made by your leader Akhilesh Yadav. In fact, he is targeting the Durga Puja procession. That is called communalism, and that is what you should refrain from doing. Please.
Okay, but Charu Pragya, you would also admit that spreading and peddling a fake narrative is equally dangerous.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I stand by what the police says.
But the police have said he wasn't tortured.
No, he was tortured. There is a report of the autopsy for later, which has been doing the rounds. That is official, and he was tortured. What are you
right now,
trying to say?
I would think let's all stick, because there are multiple reports doing the rounds. Let's all stick to the official statement of the Uttar Pradesh police. As per the official statement of the Uttar Pradesh police, the man in question wasn't tortured. That doesn't take away from the fact that he was killed.